up is going to be the left leg, and this is going to be Sila. And of course, we got the Producons in the back. But wait a second. I've only counted 1, 2, 3, 4, because that's all I've got. But wait, maybe I need to go get one more. So I decided actually to go back to the Wonderland Superstore, where I know that they have one of those Golf Seacons still as a peg whooper for like months and months. Just taking a look over here at their glass display right there. You can see they got the Devastator box set, which just came out not too long ago. $18.45. Well, that's pricey, man. That's like wow, that's coming close to 250 US bucks. Okay, so actually they still have these two as pig warmers, which is the Lobe Claw for $230 Hong Kong dollars and Pronicon Golf for $298. I think I'm gonna go for the Golf because it looks better as the other leg. I've seen some footage of someone who actually did the whole entire Seacons. It's just a bunch of Golfs and Turtler, so I definitely want to pick that one up. It actually looks a bit better. I don't think I want to put Lobe Claw as one of the legs. I still could, but nah, I think I'll pass on that. So actually, I just noticed on the top as well, they still got the Top Gun Maverick here for $360 Hong Kong dollars. That's really becoming a pig warmer here in Hong Kong. And then you've got there's the MP50. There's a Tigertron, right? $12.98. Then we have Leo Kaiser 1050. Okay, still got Nemesis Prime, MP class, Starscream as well, and Optimus. Let's see what we got on the bottom. On the bottom, I don't want to push this over. Okrut, Aquaman. Oh man, that's it. A couple of other figures. Got Megatron. Nothing special. Anyways, definitely gonna get that Golf and go ahead and head back. Boom! There it is, folks. That's the other Golf you just saw me pick up just a minute ago. Because pretty much, I don't want to have my King Poseidon limping with just one leg. You know what I'm saying? We can't have that later. Everybody, it's time for us to transform! The moment we've been waiting for. It's time for us to combine all of these guys finally. Let's start off with Half Shell. Half Shell's combination is quite simple. Again, go through the front, go ahead and pull his head down in the front, go ahead and fold in the front two legs. You're going to go ahead and swivel this around, okay? And then you're going to go ahead and move these two parts over here. These right here are going to fold back, all right? Fold all the way back. And this is going to, there you go. This is going to go ahead and swivel back here to this side, and swivel this back to this side right here as well, all right? And then over here on the front, what you're going to do is basically you're going to rotate these cannons to the back side. This is where you're going to see giant God Neptune's head emerge, or very much similar to, you could say, the King Poseidon. And this is going to have to open up. All right, let's go ahead and pull that out, okay? This is going to come all the way out, and here we have the God's head right there. This part over here, flip in, okay, click, then go ahead and reclose the front chest part right here. Go ahead and snap these together, all right? Make sure things are nice and tight, all right? And then afterwards, you're going to go ahead and add in the front chest piece, which is right here, all right? So these are going to go ahead and peg in, quite simply, from here to the side. Just go ahead and peg it in. There we are. And these are going to tab into the front, just similar to how it goes with the King Poseidon. And there you have it. The front part is done. Later, the attachments of the legs and the arms are going to go to the side. Let's go ahead and start on the next one. A point I forgot to mention also, this part actually has to rotate back this way, and then you're going to go ahead and pull and flip up the head part right there, and it's just going to come and right on the side just like that. Snap in. Okay, finally finished. We're going to go to the leg area. This is going to be Pteramander. He is actually going to be the right leg, and we're going to go ahead and first go ahead and fold in the feet like this on the bottom. All right, fold in the feet like this. Go ahead and flip up over here the tail. There you go. And simply just go ahead and also nudge down these two hand arms right here, okay? And you're going to go ahead and flip down right here, flip down the top. Go ahead and bring it over and pull this little top tab down. So it's going to extend a little bit more further down to the bottom right here if you actually take a look. So it's going to further extend. And then from the back, you want to go ahead and bring out there this connecting part, which is going to connect to the leg. This part right here, all you're going to do is fold the arms into the pin right over here around the corner. There's a pin right here, a peg you could say, sorry, let me say a peg, and it's just going to snap inside. Again, peg right here, okay? and snap the arms inside because there is a little indenture right there for the peg to go in, and there you have it, snapped in correctly. Let's go ahead and pull it in. Okay, is it nice and tight? There we go, perfect. And then you're going to go ahead and fold the wings, and there's a peg right here on the side for the wings to go inside. And after you have it, there it is. Once you fold the wings in, you primarily have it pretty much like this. And then the next part is you're going to take the feet here and one of the hands, and you're going to combine from the back to the front. You're going to put it in like this, and there you have now, putting at the end, you're going to connect his right foot, because this is going to be the right leg. His right leg, not your right leg. There we are. At the twin 3 guns attachment also to the forehead right here as well. Just stick that on the bottom. All right, right there to give us some additional support. And there you have it. Next up is going to be the left leg, and this is going to be Sila, or yeah, pretty much Sila. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and flip up the head over here like so. Pull this down. You're going to rotate the legs like this. Go all the way back, rotate fully. Then you're going to go ahead and bring the head front down, bend it down, and then the mask is going to come down again, just like this. All right, and then the next part, you're going to go ahead and move these forward. These arms come forward like this. They swivel up. Okay, just like this. Basically fold the tentacles in now, just like this, pretty much. Got the tentacles in, and then you're going to go ahead and bring up the legs. All right, now the legs, or you can say the legs or the feet have a little tab right here, and this is where you're going to actually tab in the front tentacle right there onto the side. So it's going to go into the foot side right here once you pull that in, and that should tab in just like there. All right, securely. It's actually not a tight secure tab, but you do actually sort of just give a gentle push. It's a little bit loose on the bottom. Okay, you're going to go ahead and turn around, and this peg right here, this connection part is going to flip out, and this is going to be upside down when you actually try to put in the feet again, which is going to be, she's going to be the left foot. The left foot is right here. Oh, one more part I forgot to mention. This one right here in the middle also needs to come out. So this one has to come out as well. There you go. So there you have it. Okay. And stick this in. Okay. So that goes in. All right. So this one goes in. And you can again take out the manipulator and put it on the back side. So now we have combined, or we have actually finished 2 of the legs. Next up is going to be the Sea Phantom, which is going to be his left arm. And first off, we're going to go ahead and pull it down his tail. We're going to go and open up the legs as well, so that we're going to extend the legs, just like he was actually going to go into transformation mode. So go ahead and extend the legs. Go ahead and lock that in place. Now, one thing to note, I find that if anything so far, as being quite loose, this figure itself, okay, this figure, which would be overbite, I believe, for the Pronicons, but this is for the Beast Wars version, for this God of Neptune. This one is actually the Zekal Sea Phantom. He is actually a bit loose, and you'll know in just a moment what I'm talking about. The pegs don't actually fall in quite well. So now when we try to put him into leg form, we need to actually keep this kind of pegged in. But if you can tell already, it's just not pegging in like tight. It's like here we have a little problem. It is a bit loose on this side, and these 2 parts, when you're supposed to keep them joined, because here, as you can see, there's the hole where the hand will be acquired, and this part right here as well. This has to be actually put up in this area right here. There are holes right here on the side of the leg, don't actually peg in that well, and it's already just coming out. This figure itself, I think they could have worked a bit better on to make it a bit more in a tighter range, but they did not. All right, now to finish off its configuration, prepped up to make the arm, you're gonna bend back this arm right here, just like so. Pull this back and bend this arm like this, okay? And then you're going to pull back the whole head, and you're going to hinge it like he was in transformation again, okay? But before doing that, also one more thing. You can see already how loose this part is as well. This actually can come off quite easily, but of course it can be put back on easily, but it's just not tightened that well. All right, so right now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and push this head all the way in, push it in backwards so that you can pull out this peg, which is going to be part of his arm. And then later, you're going to go ahead and pull this back again and connect these 2 joints from the head into here for his shark mode right there. There you got that right there. And afterwards, let's see. So these joints again, remember, these arms go into these pegs, okay? And this is supposed to be where the hand will be inserted, but it's just, I just don't know why. They have it a bit loose over here. I don't know why these holes right here are just quite loose. They don't peg in correctly on that side. That is a bummer, all right? Now, I didn't expect it to, of course, I was expecting there was going to be some flaws. Obviously, nothing's perfect, but geez, I was just hoping at least keep most of the parts okay, right? And then, of course, finally, we're going to go ahead and add in his hand, okay, right here. And this is going to be, again, as I mentioned, this is going to be his left arm, so we got his left hand. But both hands can actually, you know, as you know, they can actually switch from left to right easily. But you can see already, geez, we got a problem. We have a problem. So this is one of the flaws of this kit.
God, please, no! No! No!
Unfortunately, I don't know if it's the same because actually, like I said, I don't have this character for the Pronicon. Wow, just not good. Not good, guys. Oh. And finally, we are going to save the eldest for the last, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. There is Polygon right here. He is going to form the left arm of God of Neptune. First off, to do this, you're going to go ahead and remove his tail fin. Then you're going to go ahead and pull back his head, as he does for his normal transformation. Pull back his head, retract the legs, straight forward. Keep them tight though, because this is where it's going to be putting in the hand. Go ahead and peg in the legs as if you were actually going to go into transformation mode. Whoop, just pop that out right there. Good thing about this figure, it is tight joints. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and pull back his you're going to pull back the arm and the hand. And what you want to do is you're going to keep this and pull this back because this is going to peg later into the head. So just go ahead and pull this back. And then you can see there's his head. You want to push this down because this is where the arm peg is going to be located. And finally, you're going to go ahead and retract the two front legs onto his head, all the way back, all the way back. Go ahead and go to that little hexagon right there. And finally, turn the hands. Okay, we're going to turn the hands so that we see this peg right here. And that's going to peg into the head of, here we go, the head of Polygon. All right. The sleepiest, and of course the one who is the eldest.
Good.
Of the team. There we are. And that is it right there, finally. And we're going to just go ahead and add in its hand in the bottom. And one more thing is you can actually stick the tail fin right here on the side as you would with you were doing golf, but except with golf, I know that a lot of people would. You can actually switch it over there from the side as well. And finally, that's it. You know what? I guess it's time for us to combine. Man, there he is, completed, combined, there he is, but of course he's got the flaws. One of the biggest flaws is roughly, you can take a look right here, as I mentioned. Here we got Sea Phantom, his pegs right here, when he's his arm, it just, wow, look at that. What is going on there? I mean, honestly, why is it not like a tighter fit, just a peg inside? I really don't understand. I mean, it just comes out too loose. But however, is there a possibility that we can actually fix that? There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I had pretty much swapped out Sea Phantom, okay, over here with Terramander. And that is how you pretty much fix up that problem pretty much there. However, I have noticed, of course, a couple of other situations here as well. But before I talk about them, let me go ahead and show you, of course, the Trident, or we could see Neptune sword. So in order to make the Neptune sword is simple, you take these two parts that came from the other limb configurations, the other bots, and you're going to go ahead and peg them inside here in the front. Okay, so this is going to go in the front of the sword, and it's going to form, you could say, a Neptune sword. So we're going to put that in here like this. All right, put that in here like in, and make sure they're just closed to the top. Here we go. Almost in. Let's see, can I get this in? Yes, I can. All right, good. And then you're going to have these two parts over here, the edged parts right there. All right, there we go. We're gonna stick it inside, and there you go. You got yourself that nice little trident type of weapon right there. Now, there was another piece that actually came with the the first generation, which made it almost like a trident, but this is more like a sword now, because you don't have that axe, and I'll show you in a moment. You don't have the axe that you get with Lobe Claw. As far as a range weapon for this guy, you can pretty much take the blaster that came from Half Shell, and pretty much you can take a look at all the small pegs right here. Basically can be put in any position that you want to create another sort of weapon. You can put them right here on the bottom, is completely fine. And then, the blasters again as well. This right here, all the weapons, they all can extend, combine, whatever you have it can pretty much become a super extended weapon if you combine them all, just like this. And of course, you can have him to hold his weapon. However, previously with the King Poseidon, you could actually use the 6-1. Actually, to be honest, any of these limbs can become a weapon. And what I mean by that is, if you look over here, I'm using Kraken, right? And so Kraken, this is right now he's one of the arms. I could just pull this off, right? And then I can go ahead and add in the blaster, similar to what Half Shell has, except Turle has this. And now it's become a gun. And the meaning is, here, if you look at it, this peg right here will actually go into the forearm. But I honestly don't know how or why they would do something like that, because, I mean, that would just overload. That would definitely overload. He would not be able to pose it. You wouldn't be able to. Basically, what I mean is the forearm here, if you look, let me go ahead and pull the forearm out. This part right here comes off, right? And then you can just stick any of the limbs into that slot right there. Whoop, just took off his sword. And basically, it'll attach like this. Oh, let's see if I can get it in properly. Okay, there we go. Sort of. Okay, there it is. Squeezed in right there. And then you would just basically reattach it to his arm. But you would need a stand. I mean, honestly, even if this were like extremely tight, it would be way too unproportionate in my opinion. So, I mean, it's a good concept, but then, come on, for this kind of for this scale, it just doesn't mix. Really, I mean, look, it's just, wow. Jeez, I mean, gosh, too huge, right? So that's pretty much it. Pretty much any of these limbs, any of the limbs right here can become a weapon. And using the instructions, you can see it can change to a weapon. However, because of the fact that this is not a solid, per se, figure, especially, it doesn't actually have the bulk and mass, it just wouldn't make sense to do that. However, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. They just need to work on making sure that each individual piece can hold its own, you know? Just look a little bit more detail with the coloration. You can just take a look of God Neptune. Virtually the same thing. Let me go ahead and put his moved sword out of the way so I can get a better look. There's his face right here. You can see in comparison. And there, of course, you have King Poseidon's face. Obviously, actually, King Poseidon's face looks a bit better than God Neptune. I mean, God Neptune, I would say if they would have actually used a different color white, maybe like a metallic pearl color white, it would have been a little bit better. So you can say this one looks a little bit flashier. However, I do like some of the gold lining on this. It does look okay. Boy, it looks like guns are drawn. Who's going to be winning this battle here? Because these two pieces are mighty titans that have already been pretty much on equal par of firepower and of bad parts. What's gonna happen? How are these two gonna fight it out? Who's gonna be the winner of this duel, eh? So that's how they solved it. A fishing contest! And we have King Poseidon. He's calling himself a nice, juicy Sharktacon. Oh boy, wait a second. But what's over here? We have God Neptune. Hey, what in the world? Hey, God Neptune, you just called yourself the Quintesson? Hey, I wonder what the judgment's gonna be. Tanshimi! Oh, what better way to celebrate by sharing your catch with a side of Energon? You got your sashimi Sharktacon and the heads of the Quintessons on a bed of rice. What better way to have a couple of brews, yeah? Hey, with a couple of bros, that's right, it's time for us to say, Ikitakimasu! Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you all liked the review. Overall, I've got to say that it is virtually the same thing as you would get if you were going to get the first generation selects King Poseidon, the whole set, minus one Seacon, of course. Unfortunately, I do believe that the joints are still a little bit weak compared with how the King Poseidon is. They are the same mold. It didn't seem like they fixed too much, or they really didn't fix much at all. And I was actually, again, quite disappointed with the fact that one of the cons, especially Sea Phantom, right? Sea Phantom, wow, when you tried to put him into the arm mode, wow, he could not peg properly. And overall, again, it is very top heavy, so be careful if you do decide to get this gift set. I won't recommend to do too much with it, except for just keep it in the box, maybe in display from the outside. The individual bots themselves are fine. That is not the issue. The issue is when he combines, but why would you want to have a combiner set without combining it, right? So that's something that you all have to think about. And again, like I said, if you want to get this because you just like the Seacons, then that's completely fine. If you're looking for a very durable, you're looking for a very, well done Transformer, this might be a pass for you. Trust me, it might be a pass for you, okay? But then again, this is just my opinion. You all can think about, just judging from what you saw today, what do you think in the end? Anyways, any case, so if you liked it all and you want to see more, don't forget, if you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. If not, still okay, watch it as your daily pleasure, whatever. Any case, I am Mr. Stan, and I'll see everybody on the next video.